Andy.
Hey man, what's going on?
Not much.
Not much?
I need to ask you something.
Okay.
Can you help me build a pedal board, please?
Of course can.
Oosh.
We can, of course can. So, I don't know if this has been a request at any point, apart from Joss.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we've never done a video on this, I don't think, other than it has been something that maybe the captain and Rob's done on Rob's channel.
Yeah.
But maybe they've built the world's biggest pedal boards with the most mini pedals or something like that. But this is actually your...
Personal.
We're going to build your personal pedal board. So
Yes.
you might see some pedals on here that might not be stocked at Andertons. But hey, we're fine with that.
Yeah.
It's all cool.
Yeah.
It's fine with that. We're fine with that.
Yes.
It's all cool.
So
Because this is not, we're not talking about the pedals.
No.
We're talking about the board.
Yes.
Right.
So, yeah, basically, I don't know the first thing about positioning of pedals or where to put them and all that sort of stuff. I usually just cobble them all together on the floor here and build something, and then Pete usually comes up on the floor and just goes, no, you got to put that there and that there and that there. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. So I asked Pete today, I bought a new pedal train, I bought a power supply, and I bought all the pedals that I want to put on my board. And I said to Pete, please teach me how to build a pedal board, and we're going to make it lovely, clean and tidy.
And that's what we're going to do.
Yes.
That's what we're going to do.
Yes.
And maybe you can follow, we're probably going to do some quick sort of things, right?
Yeah.
One thing I'm going to do before is I'm going to snap my fingers, and then I'm going to have in this hand some scissors, because we'll need scissors. All right, check this out. Ah, that's wrong.
Hang on, Bell.
That's wrong, isn't it?
Well, you're going to use that on my pedal board.
Let me just try again, hang on.
Give it another go.
Ready? Right,
Oh, thank
that's better, right?
Thank God for that.
But hang on
One
one second,
now?
check this out.
What the hell?
Yeah, man, I'll get rid of these again, hang on.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm ready now.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I was a bit
Scissors.
scared
All
of
we
the
needed was
hammer.
scissors, really.
Yeah.
But it's magic, man. I love
Well, you
that.
never
I
know
love
what
that.
happens. As soon as we click our fingers, you never know what actually happens. We ask for the scissors, but you don't know what.
No.
You know, most of the time it's what we need. But
You know, I've been trying to call Harry up for some lessons
anyway.
in Magique, and he keeps giving me these dodgy things. You know, last time I clicked my fingers, what I had in my hands is just, it was like.
It was something that,
I didn't.
yeah,
It
something.
was like quick.
Yeah.
I quickly.
get rid
had
of
to,
it. Get rid of it.
Anyway, so let's move these pedals off here first, because we won't need them. So what we'll need first is that we'll need the pedal train.
Yeah. Okay.
So bring in the train.
So I opted for the pedal crane, the pedal train
pedal crane.
classic. So I opted for the pedal train classic.
Yeah.
And it comes with a beautiful soft case.
It does.
So that we can transport said pedal board.
Yeah.
And inside le soft bag is the pedal train itself.
So it comes with the pedal train itself. This goes on here.
Also comes with a strap for the bag, and then the important bits, cable ties.
Cable ties.
The Velcro.
Is it Velcrodini?
And that's it that comes in there, and obviously
it.
the strap for the bag.
So that's it. So before we do that, it's always a good idea to grab a cloth and just give this a little wipey downy, because you might have fingerprints on it.
Okay.
This is just a little trick that I've done to mine. So you sort of just wipe it down.
Have a look, I want my money back.
Yeah, it's got a little thing. Oh man. Right. So this is a trick. So when you do this Velcro, you got two Velcro. It's got a male and a female, as it was. So you've got the soft bit.
Yeah.
The soft stuff. I suggest that you put onto the board.
Okay.
Normally, nice just to keep it a bit clean.
Yep.
And this, so it can stick. I mean, some people will spray it with some Windex or something first, and just to get everything off. But I think we'll be all right.
Like on My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
So, yes, put some hummus on it. Put some hummus on it. So, what you want to do is you want to take your soft bits.
Yep.
And you want to take your soft bits. You want to measure them out. So you get the right size. So it fits from one side to the other. You can see that on the overhead cam. 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. Start with there. You see the bit here in the beginning. It might be a little bit sort of.
Yeah.
So I'll just cut off. And I feel a bit like Dan Steinhardt right now. I'm making a pedal board. So I'll just cut this. I'm holding the scissors very strangely. So it's very straight, right? So that bit is straight.
Yep.
So then let's start down here. Can we see it on the camera up there? We can. So we hold that there. You can also get a friend to help. So
Hi.
you hold that there. You then find where that edge is, and you'll cut along that edge right, like this.
Beautiful.
It's beautiful. And then what I like to do, I just like to do that.
Okay,
I like to find the edge and just
of glory.
I'll just put that bit on there.
Yeah.
And then nothing else. And then I like to pull this bit along without getting it down onto the board. And then stretch it out and then make sure so you're on the other side.
So it's nice and tight.
So it's nice and straight as well, going down the length of the board. And then just gently do that on here.
Beautiful.
And then give it one of these, give it one of those. And that's your first row, done.
Cool.
See that? So that was pretty quick.
That was quick.
Okay, so
should we speed it up?
Let's speed the rest of the bit up from the overhead cam. Right. Jaws, there we go. So there
Beautiful.
we are. Right. So just make sure that you give it a little bit of one of those, right?
Yep.
Boom, boom, boom. Shake the room, the fiddle, fiddle, fiddle. So there you go. So there you have the Velcro on the pedal train, and cool. This is it's very simple to do. I think that probably took a couple of minutes. That's it. So next up.
Yep.
Next up, I mean, there is no way to really do this.
Yeah.
Whether you want to position your pedals first and put Velcro on them, or whether you want to do your power supply. I think we should do the power supply now.
Cool, yeah.
So bring in the power supply you would like to put on this board.
So the pedal power supply that I have opted for my pedal board is the Pedal Train Spark. Pedal Train's brand new power supply.
Yeah, which is a very slim. That will fit under any of the pedal train, even the small ones like mine. Yeah.
So that's the point. The point of this power supply from Pedal Train is so that it fits under every single model that they have.
Let's open it up. Let's get a camera on this.
Here's the destructions.
Destructions. Right. So to mount your power supply, you need the power supply units. 1 and 2 included mounting brackets. 2 included mounting screws, 1 broke back mountain, and including the hex wrench and any model powertrain board, which is not included, but we have it here. So there we are.
Well, there's all the cables for your decision on what you're going. I'm going to put those to one side for now.
Yeah, we don't need them for now. We don't need that.
Don't need that.
So it comes with these 2 brackets here. 2 brackets. It says here, we wind a simple ring of iron with coils. We establish the connections with... What? We establish the connection to the generator, and with wonder and delight we note the effect of strange forces which we bring into play, which allow us to transform, to transmit and direct energy at will. You know who said that? Nikola Tesla in 1892, apparently.
They got like little quotes on the back of it. I was like, fair enough.
So here we go. This is pretty clever. I think I'm getting this. So it needs to go here. So you can see the little screws that fit in there. And when that lies here, there's a little mount, right? So what you do is you stick that on here. Pedal train, and there's your plug. So I don't know, depending on which way you want to put it, doesn't really matter. So we put it like this. Then what you do is you flip that over, and then you can see the screws are there. You put this guy on here, and if you give me those 2 screws,
oh no,
this is clever. This is a great solution. This is much easier than starting Velcro. You wasn't ready for that.
I wasn't prepared.
No.
Okay.
So you can see there's a little screw with a little washer. Put that on there. This is really clever. See, I haven't seen this before. That's a clever little mount. Now it goes on. Fiddly, 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 fiddly. So you kind of have to hold it like this while you do it. So can you stick the Oh, it's a two-man job. You didn't do that well, did you, Joss? Because I'm holding this at the same time.
I'm just going to sit here with this in my hand. Like,
in my hand.
In my hand.
In my hand. Pedal train, pedal train, This is really cool.
This is really cool.
I'm digging this pedal train. Well done. That's a good... it's
a good solution.
It's a good solution. So now, we just put that there, and I guess we can
move
sort of
it to one
move
side.
it to where you want it. I would just...
Keep it in the middle, or do you think move
well,
it to
once
one
you
side?
see... I'm looking at it now. This is like a thing that I would probably go, hey, why have you done that? But because you can see the plug...
Is there.
Can you see the plug there? If I wanted to put that all the way to the side...
plug it in.
You won't be able to plug it in, isn't it? So you probably just put it in the middle. They could just make a little thing there, but hey.
In the middle.
It's cool. We'll stick it in the middle, and then you can read your Nikola Tesla.
Quotes. Oh, that's cool. So I guess that's why they put the quotes on there, so you can read the quotes.
You
read the quote.
You put the pedal over it anyway.
Yeah.
So, tighten it up.
What a cool little idea.
Yeah, that's wicked, man. You're still going up there? In the new pedal mount on the top, a new camera mount. Hey, good. Look at that. Just wicked idea.
So I really want to, just so people can see what you did today. Chris, can you just show everyone what Pete did today with this thing? It's an unbelievable feat of engineering.
Yeah, there's a little, I took a spoon, which I bended with the power of my mind.
We went all Uri Geller on it.
And I drilled a hole in it, and I mounted it to the camera mount, because there's a little, we use a little remote control, but because it's pointing down, it doesn't work from over there.
You had to stand directly underneath it.
They have to be underneath it. So I just mounted the spoon as a little mirror.
Amazing.
Anyway, so that is my little,
cool.
That's my little thing for the day. So there we go.
Perfect.
So that's done now.
Yeah.
That's really, really simple. So now we need to try to get your pedals on the board. So this will be your next thing, is to kind of go, where do I want my pedals? So that's made of real gold, that.
It's got 24 karat gold leaf on it.
24 karat. Wait upon the player. So, where have you got the rest of your stuff?
Oh, yeah.
There we are. Okay, so here we go. It's
so little.
Okay, now this is kind of, again, up to you how you want to place your pedals on the board. You know, you might want to have, I always start with a tuner on mine.
Yeah.
Now this is a buffered bypass tuner.
It is.
So you get some, you'll buffer it into the next bit. And then I would probably have, I'll probably do fuzz very first in the chain.
Yeah?
Yeah, because that kind of tends to, you know, need stuff like that. That's just me. Fuzz first, and then you've got so this is your choice. So you got an overdrive with a boost in it.
Yep.
And the boost, I believe, on this pedal on the Pomeroy is before the overdrive. So you don't need the booster before.
Put it after.
You need the booster after.
Cool.
And then what you have, whether you want to put your effects sort of as a univibe, delay, reverb in the effects loop. I don't know. You probably don't want to do that.
Everything in the front.
Everything in the front end. That's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. I do the same thing. So you want to... Oh! Smoker on there already.
It was probably just an old one.
Yeah, I think they put that on there at some point. Then I would suggest any modulation pedals such as chorus, tremolo, univibe, all that stuff, phaser, go here. You can put the phaser before to get that. I think that's what Van Halen did. He put phaser into and reverb in to the overdrive pedals to get those tones.
Yeah, yeah.
Go and check out a video that James Santiago did.
Oh, yeah.
Where he explains how to get that tone. And it's literally everything into the overdrive pedal. So, and then into a JTM 45.
Yeah.
So I would do this like down here. And then I would have, as I said, all modulation there. Then I would have delay. And then I would have reverb at the very end.
Cool.
Right.
Yeah.
So now, basically, we just need to Velcro up your pedals, and for that we would use this.
That side.
Okay. So let's start with the one, because this is the one. And why does my pedal board recite? So this is also something we probably want to sort of fast forward a little bit
Yeah,
because it takes time.
Yeah.
So some of these pedals, if you look on the bottom of these pedals, some of them are a little bit annoying to do Velcro on.
Yeah.
Such as the Boss ones, because it doesn't have a flat surface.
Rubber
so
as
it
well.
can be, yeah, and it's rubbery dinkin. So it doesn't really stick really well. So that might have to be something that you might have to change in the future or get some other of this. You can either go full whack, right?
Quite a lot though.
It's quite a lot, or you can just go half, because what you see when the pedal is on the pedal board,
There's nothing in the middle anyway.
nothing in the middle anyway. So you'll probably want to just do the top bit and then the lower bit. So you cut yourself a piece. Again, I would probably use the other type of Velcro for this, but you know, this comes with the pedal board, which is great.
So it allows you to get started straight away.
Exactly. So then, there you go. You put that Velcro one on the top and one on the bottom. Bottom.
Bottom.
Bottom.
One on the top, one on the bottom. Outwards and stairs.
Give it a good old squeeze in there.
One at the top, one at the bottom. The Boss logos.
It's now disappeared. So another good thing, while we're at this subject, is that the Boss has got outputs for power.
Yes.
Okay, so it's got an input and then it's got outputs. So I think this only's got 5 outputs.
5, yeah.
And you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pedals. So somehow we need to get around that. We'll get to that in a minute. So,
there you go.
there you go. I would wait. I wouldn't plug it completely down yet. I would just go, leave it like that, and then move on to the next pedal.
Okay.
And then do the same thing. So let's speed up this. Right. There we go. Good. That was pretty quick.
That was easy.
Wasn't it? That was pretty quick. So now, you know, I don't know where you want your pedals. I think that's pretty, you know, you got an output which is pretty simple. You got an input which is pretty simple. You've got you got good space, so you're not gonna hit anything else. You know, you got good space for your cables. So
Yes.
now check this out.
MXR cables.
MXR patch cables, courtesy of MXR, the good people at MXR, West Side. Now, there's one thing that sometimes when you want to go from here up to there...
Oh yeah. Didn't even think of that.
No, you didn't think about that. I thought about that, so that's why we just need to get a different patch cable, but we'll get that and sort you out with one of those. Patch cables first, and then your power, or you can do your power first and your patch cables. It doesn't really matter. As long as you know where these are going to go, then you're kind of fine.
Yeah.
You can get to that on the side, you can get to that on the top. This is good. So I think we should just go patch cables, right? Okay, so you want to just make sure that there's room for the patch cables. What I like to do, I like to do that.
I like to do that.
I like to pop them,
Tuck them underneath.
tuck them in behind.
Tuck it in behind. Like Ace Ventura.
Yeah.
The pet detector.
Just tuck it in, and then, because what you do is you get that so you can, and then you just press your pedal down. You come out from this guy and into this girl. Okay, so these are really flat, so you can get, you know, these patch cables, you can get a lot.
Yeah.
You can get them really close to each other.
Yeah, because
you know what I
they're-
mean? Yeah.
Yeah, flat against each other.
Yeah. But it's nice to have that sort of
Yeah.
girthing or whatever it's called. So, right. You can either put them down or up. That depends on what you like. Now, we need to find a cable for this. Now, nobody that I know really makes these cables that are that long. So either we have to solder one. So we'll get one for now.
Yeah.
And then, which is not a great one, but it's the only one we kind of have. So bear with me for a minute. Okay, and I am now back. Now, this is not something that personally I would recommend for patch cables. So we are going to make you something better.
Cool.
I believe that I personally, in my opinion, IMO.
Hashtag.
Hashtag. And I think it's worth spending a little bit of money on the patch cables and money on a good power supply which is isolated, because I think if you are buying a pedal like the Pomeroy, which is £299, there's no point in saving money on a PATS cable or on a good power supply. And you know, just on here alone, you know, it's probably what, 100 quid. You know, I don't know what that costs, but you know, you got over £1,000 worth of gear here. So it's, I get a lot of people asking, you know, shall I buy one spot with a thing on it? And they're not bad, but I wouldn't save on it.
Just get some nice bits.
Yeah, get some nice bits, and that's why we're gonna. Once we've done this, we'll sort you out with a nice one. I've probably got a nice George Cell cable we can stick in here instead, but that's nothing that Andertons stocks. So, but that will then go in here. There you go.
Beautiful.
In fact, just hang on for a minute. Let me just swap this out by just snapping my fingers with a nice cable. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Again, some more magic. Check this out. Snap! There you go.
There you go.
Okay, so we got a long George L cable on there instead, because I thought that was nice. I cannot. These are good for like startup, and you know they're not bad by any means. I just think that if you've got a nice pedal board, it's worth spending a little bit of extra dosh on cables and power supplies.
Cool.
So you got
quite a bit left for the
left over, so we can do that. So now we want to power this stuff, right?
Yes.
So you got 7, and your output on the back here is 5, correct?
Yes.
Now the cool thing about this also is on the spark here, it's got, so if you're traveling abroad, you can just set it to 110, you know, if you're going to do some gigs over there. You see here lies the George Cell underneath. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, two 500 mils, okay? So let's see what there is in the way of power cables.
A mess of power cables.
Okay, so what you want clean power to, I would imagine, this most of the stuff needs clean power. This certainly needs its own thing, but I don't think it's more than 100 milliamps. So that can get one on its own. So here we go. So you just undo the plugs, and here you got 5 of these plugs. Now you have, oh, that's not the one.
That's a daisy chain.
That's not the one. So I can imagine some of them might, you know, sometimes you've got a reverse wound thing. The blue one here could be for that.
Yeah.
Right, so let's start up. So let's go, we get the boss. Right, so let's just put that underneath. We lift it up. Okay. Let's get this underneath. It's always nice to kind of try to get it as neat as possible.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? And you can see this one here kind of is a little bit silly, so I'll probably try to take that out and then
put it underneath.
Maybe put it underneath. See, now this is now all the fiddling can begin. The pedal fiddling. The pedal fiddling. So I think a lot of manufacturers could learn by putting, for me, top-mounted jacks. The problem with these are that sometimes if they're too close to that, they'll push it out. So I mean, there's loads of pluses and minuses to all this stuff, isn't it? It's just however they're built inside, I guess. So that comes underneath. There we are. Now, I think this could potentially either power this or this with no problem. So let's go and grab.
So you just come out of the out and then into.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Exactly. Let's just go. Oh, I've got that on the top. That's top mounted. So that can go in here. Okay. So that's how many have we done? 1, 2,
3, 4.
3. No, just 3
now.
now.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. This needs power on its own. Is there any shorter ones, or are they all the same length?
Yeah, no, that's.
They're all the same length.
All the same.
Okay. Emerson, I think, needs a lot of power, so that can go into the 500 milliamps. Here we go. And then let's do the. Let's try the boost and see how that reacts with the chromatic tuner. You can always try See again, that's on the side there, so I'll just flick that around to that, and then can come back over to you.
And just straight in there, yeah?
Yeah. So now we've got kind of a, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. That is then powering these two. So now these two kind of needs to be powered off the same thing as well. Then what you've got here, you've got some of these daisy chain.
Yeah.
Some pedals are less likely to interfere. Overdrive pedals are more needs, overdrive pedals need cleaner power, I think, personally. So I think we'll give the overdrive pedals the clean power. These two will run out of one socket in the back. So that goes under here, and that's here. So that can come up on that side.
Yeah, because that's cool as well, because then there is some other bits coming off that if I want another 9-volt pedal like here or something.
There is more that you can use, yeah. Okay, so now I think we've got them all powered up, correct?
Everything should be.
Everything should be good. What I would suggest is that you get some gaffer tape probably, and let's turn this over. I'll show you when we get to the other side of this. So here we go. Now. Mess. Okay, you want to try to make it as less messy as possible, which means that you've got all your power supplies on that side. That could go potentially behind here, see? So that's kind of out of the way. You want to run some of these cables nicely. Where's the thing that is here? So this one we can sort of tighten back up because we don't really need it. Now, there will be power running through these, so I would suggest that you get some gaffer tape or some tape.
Yeah. Just
run it around here. I think we got some electric isolated tape. What I'm also just going to do really quick is take one of these that we took off before, and just go like this. Okay, one and then another one, just so we're keeping it tight, nice and tidy. And then let me just click my fingers again, and I'll have some black electrical tape to just go around here with. Are you ready? Here it is. Okay, so this is just electrical tape.
Yeah.
So I'll just take that, make sure that none of these tips or anything is hitting each other.
Okay.
Because when they hit, it can kill the circuit. It doesn't have to be neat. I just like to do that. I like to do that, just around, over the top. Give them one at a time. You know, just so they're protected from hitting metal.
Yeah, of course.
Now we need to plug that in at some point, and we'll just see what we've got here. That can kind of go up and come along this way. So I'm just, now you can see I'm trying to make it nice and tidy. This is where we got the
cable ties.
Cable ties. Now, this is a cool little thing. So I've been on eBay and I've bought some of these. I've got loads of these. If you buy like 100 of these, I don't know what they call it, cable distributors or cable nick thingies majigs. We'll probably see if I can find a link below. So now how this works is that you put your cable tie in and around, right?
Oh, okay,
So what I like to do is that I like to find where this is, and it doesn't really matter if you're running this next to the cable. So I think we could run it separately.
Sure.
But you know, I don't think there's the whole big thing with that. But let's just do that just in case. So let's run the cables up top. And then let's run this down below here somewhere. So let's just be cool. Click that underneath. Plug that back in, so that at least it's tidy. Okay. You can see that here we got two. So I'll probably want to have one of these here. It just got little double-sided tape. You stick that on there. Make sure that in properly. So you need one. You need two. I'm just checking where we are. So you got like a connection joint there. See what I mean?
Yeah.
So you probably want one kind of there. So you get one of these guys out. I mean, these comes off really easily and they don't make any markings or mess or anything. You know, you can always put more in and leave them on or whatnot. And then you kind of want one coming in from this side. Get all of these underneath the pedal. And you got your power here. You got the power there. You could put one here as well, you know, it's just up to you if you want to do that or not. So now let's plug this in. So I'm just going to check down and see that is your, that'll need power over there. So we'll stick that into 100. And then your Pomeroy will need to have 500. I think that takes quite a lot. Put in 500. Then you will need your dual ones here to have 500 as well. This is a bit of a This is a bit of a mess. But what we'll need to do is just sort of softly, softly with my hands. Hands. See how I'm kind of trying to make it into a nice little comfortable sausage of cables where it kind of looks like it's all tight in there. And what I'll do is get a cable tie, run it underneath there just to get it under control. I'm sure Dan and Steinhardt is face palming themselves and going, oh my god, what's he doing?
Look at that!
So now, if we turn that around, it's not too bad.
No, that's really good.
Right?
Yeah, it's lovely.
So you might have said, oh no, Pete, you didn't test it before. And it's like, you set it up. It's like, actually, we did test it.
We
before.
did,
So,
just to make sure.
Right. So here's the plug, which then will go in on this side. Glassabouche.
Glassabouche.
And then you've got, there's power on that, there's power on the side. You've got power on that. Everything on power.
Yeah.
So there's your board, man. So I think what we need to do now is try to plug it in and see if it actually makes some noise.
Yeah,
Shall we do that?
We should do that.
Let's do it. Tune.
So I'm getting things through the old tuner.
Tune a fish.
So that means that the tuner is on.
Yeah, the tuner's working. Let's see what happens.
Ready?
Yeah. Good.
Perfect.
Let's see if it powers up. So we listen quietly. No noise.
No noise.
That's a good thing.
I mean, the pedal board is more designed to be on like a more of a crunchier sort of tone, like, you know, like a like not a clean tone, like a clean tone, but like with a little bit of hair, so that the overdrives boost the drive instead of the volume. You get me?
I get you. Go on.
Yeah, like that.
there you go, guys. So if you have any questions, please comment in the comment section below. But this was kind of how to build Josh's pedalboard. Are you happy?
I'm very happy.
There you go. And the good thing is that you got more space, and as we said, underneath you've still got those 3 you can use, but maybe refrain from using them for overdrive if you can. Yeah,
I mean, I'm set for overdrive tones for a while now, so I'm all good.
There's loads of overdrive here.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, thank you for watching.
Yeah, and, thanks, Pete.
Now go and play some guitar.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, by the way, check that Duesenberg out. Oh. See ya.
Cheers, guys.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching the Andertons Guitar YouTube channel. If you're a drummer or a keyboard player or interested in music technology, you might find one of our other channels interesting, and I'll put details of those in the description below. If you want to find out more about the products we've just featured, please click here. If you'd like to buy a t-shirt like this, please click here. If you want to watch another video on our guitar channel, click down here. And to subscribe to our guitar channel, click here. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.